and welcome to another fun-filled episode of What's in Your Hoopla. Today we're going to be talking about all the things we have read in August because today is September 1st, which means it's a new month in Hoopla, right?
Yes.
And to help me with this is my partner in crime, as always, who have introduced me to this world of Hoopla and who have changed my life. Kristen, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm so not ready for this show. I mean,
Oh my God.
I've used all my Hoopla checkouts as of yesterday. I was scrolling through like, what do I need to check out? Like, what am I gonna? It's been one of those months, guys. I feel like this happened last month, but it's more extreme this month. I've had a lot going on with work. I've been covering a lot of shifts. It's been nuts. So I haven't been able to read Hoopla as much as I wanted to, but I used all my checkouts. And the good thing about Hoopla is, as of yesterday, I still had all of my August credits, except a few. I had checked out a little bit of things, and I used them all, and I have them all for 20 days. So we'll see if I can get through anything in 20 days. I should be able to, right?
Right.
We hope.
And the thing is, you have let like you are one of those heathens who let your Hoopla credit expire.
No, see, I didn't let them expire. I used them.
Whoa. This is apparently live, you guys.
I was just thinking, I was like, hey, I think we're live.
I didn't mean it.
Someone's in the chat.
Someone's on the chat. Hey, thank you for joining us. We're so sorry. We're here just chit-chatting away. Didn't even realize that we meant to do it like, oh my God, you know what? It's fine. This is the kind of entertainment you come here in Fangirls Assemble. So,
Elvira's in the chat. What's up, Elvira? Thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining. And you know what? We're going to keep you entertained for the next couple of next hour.
Don't say couple of hours. Don't do that. We can't do it.
The next
amount of time we decide to do.
Right. We're going to talk about some of the good books that we have read or we have checked out. In Kristen's case, no, I was just gonna say you are one of the heathens who let your Hoopla credit expire. But I'm so proud that you actually went in the last day and got checked out.
Yeah, I haven't let them expire in probably like a year. Like I at least check them out, and if that book happens to fill away within 20 days, then that's my problem. I mean, I lost it, but at least I tried.
I
want to use
my
them.
God. Freddie and Hayden McGee is also in the chat with us. Thank you for joining.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, so we were not planning on doing this live.
No, we're like, oh, suddenly people are watching us.
And I'm so glad we didn't say some weird shit before that we had to take out. So anyway, there's no editing over here. All right, so why didn't you get us going to say what are the things you checked out?
I will. Okay, so I did this not so much in a panic, but I knew I only had a set amount of time. Mm-hmm. So there are some things I've checked out before that I didn't get to read. So I'm going to check out them out. I know. So I'm looking at it now. So I believe it was last month I checked out Fetch, How a Bad Dog Brought Me Home by Nicole Georges.
Okay.
I'm trying to bring up the cover here. Here we go. Remember this dog with the cone?
Yeah, you did tell me about that. Look at that. Yeah.
So, haven't read it. It's some nonfiction story. I love a good dog story. So, then I checked out because I've seen this before and wanted to read it, and then you did read it, and that is Generations.
Oh, yes. A good one. That's a good one. You're going to love it.
Sorry, guys. It's all on my phone. It doesn't look great.
Right.
Glares. And then I decided to check out Wallace the Brave, which looks like a Calvin and Hobbes-ish kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging the cover. Mm-hmm. No idea what it's about, guys. I assume Wallace is brave. That's all I know.
Anyway.
Then I checked out Modern Fantasy, which is a Dark Horse book by Kristen Goodsnook, who we've interviewed.
And we love her.
We love her. She was lovely. If you want to see that interview, you can check it out on the Omnibus Collectors Network. I believe it's in a playlist on this channel somewhere.
There's a playlist down there. You can find it.
Yeah. Then I checked out, because I haven't read this and everyone else has, and it's short. So I was like, I really need to read this. And that is My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies, the Ed Brubaker story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's short. I should be able to at least read that one, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
hope.
We have thoughts. We'll share thoughts later
Yeah.
on.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Then I checked out. I think I've checked this one out before. I'd never read it, and that is Purdy. It's an image book.
Hmm.
I was attracted to the cover because it kind of looks Kyle Starks like.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't see it. I apologize, but so no idea what that's about. Oh, Freddie liked modern fantasy. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It does look really fun. Then I checked this one out for you.
God, which one it is?
Volume 3 of Skyward. Because you made a joke and you were like, don't forget to get volume 3 of Skyward. And I was like, I'm gonna. Because here's the thing. Faria hated the series. I would say hated is the word, right?
Yeah, just
You had
extreme
problems with
dislike.
it.
Yeah, extreme dislike.
I had similar problems with it, but I was mostly kind of just in the middle. I'm like, this was fine, I guess. I didn't love it. I don't understand the hype because a lot of people love it, and I'm not with them. But I haven't read the ending. And
Mm.
it ends with volume 3, and I was like, okay, I'm not paying for this. This is Hoopla. This is a lovely library service that we love. They're using their money to pay for it. So I'm going to read it, and we'll see how I feel about the end.
So here's what I'm saying, Kristen. I was enjoying it until I got to the end.
Mm.
And you were hating it.
Not hating, just not understanding. Like, there are parts of it I liked. There are
Because,
parts of it I really didn't understand as far as, like, how this universe works. And
because
why her... Well, that's spoiler, so I won't say it. But, you know, there's stuff that happens with her dad, and that was unnecessary. And made me mad.
because you told
So,
me, it's like, why the building not flying away?
I mean,
Oh, it
so
gets worse.
much
I
of it.
cannot believe I made a joke and you actually got it.
But, hey, it's worth your reaction, right? We'll see if I read it. Maybe I won't.
Right.
Maybe I will.
Okay. All right. Then.
And then I also got this one because of you. And that
Mhm.
is issue 2 of Ghosted in LA, of which the first issue I did hate. And you were like, well, maybe you should go on and see if you like it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And I did it. I haven't read it yet, but I'm like, look, it's an issue. I think I can get through that. And we'll see if I feel differently about it. Because maybe it just didn't have a great first issue. It happens.
Kristen, I mean, I'm so happy that you're doing it just for my entertainment because
Just for your...
seeing your reaction on Ghosted in LA and how much you are like, what the fuck is this nothing burger is everything that I live for. So
Okay.
I cannot
I'll read it
wait.
for you.
I cannot wait to do what's in your Hoopla September edition so we can talk about this.
Well, I'll be sure to at least read that one then.
Yes, please do. Do not let this one expire and break
I
my
won't.
heart.
I'll read it. Then I got Immortal Hulk Volume 2 because you told me it was on Hoopla and I'd only read the first one. So I'm looking forward to that because I love the first one,
Mm-hmm.
like everyone else in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I got Buffy issue 7, which was great, but they changed the artist within the past like few issues. So it's no longer Dan Mora, and I'm very mad about it because it's not good.
Yeah.
It's
Who
not
is it?
good.
Who is
I
it?
don't I don't even know. I could look it up, but you know what? I don't like it.
You don't.
So
Yeah,
I
Dan
don't like
Mora.
it.
I mean, keep an eye out for it because we have an interesting Dan Mora story that we just reviewed. We reviewed that episode is going to drop very soon. But Dan Mora is the one I know that is the artist that makes Santa Claus sexy. That's what I always
That's his claim to fame in your heart, right?
yeah, in my heart, I'm like he made that Santa Claus super sexy. But anyway, all right, go for it.
Then the one thing, I mean, I read Buffy, and I also read No Ivy League. This is a Lion Forge title that came out. It is by Hazel Newlevant.
Mm-hmm.
They, who apparently is non-binary, it is about their life as a teenager, and they were in this thing. It's called No Ivy League, and it's basically this group of kids that go into the woods and pull ivy off trees because it's like killing forest.
Oh.
So I was interested, and I really like the art style, but I think it was trying to tackle a lot of like race issues and class issues that there wasn't enough pages to do that in. So
Oh.
it just kind of hit the surface of some things. And I mean, this is their real life, so it's a real thing that happened, and maybe that's just how it was. So I thought it was fine. I didn't love it. I really did like the art, though. So I think it's something that I would read more that they put out.
Oh, so you already read this part?
Yeah, that's one I read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Cool.
So then I got, let's see, Irina, book one, Wartime Ghetto.
Oh yes, I
Have
have
you
it as
seen
my
that?
favorite.
I just from the cover and the description, I was like, I'm in. And now my Hoopla app crashed. Oops. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, I'll be able to tell you the rest when it loads.
I'm all about it. I'm here. That's okay. While you were waiting, Elvira Winter, um, they're saying that nothing worse than they changed the artist during a
Oh my
series.
gosh, it's the worst, especially when it's such like an amazing artist like Dan Mora, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
like, this person can't compare no matter what they did. But also, I hate it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, is he gonna come back?
I don't know. I haven't
Um,
heard anything. I'm
and
sad. I'm sad if not because he was really great at it. Like he had the right amount of this looks like the actor enough, and the art's amazing. So
yeah, because the thing
I'm
is,
pretty bummed.
he moved on to do another series, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right, okay.
Okay. So then I got Milo's World, book one, The Land Under the Lake. I'm bringing up the cover right now because I just picked it on the cover because that's what I
Mm-hmm.
do. One
Okay.
day the cover will load. But I also got all three Black Sad books because I'm like, it's been too long. I need to do it because the hype is real from
But
Faria.
girl, when you're reading Black Sad, make sure you read it on the iPad. So do you read your Hoopla on your phone?
No, not typically.
Oh, okay, because the
I just have the app. So.
art deserves.
Well, here's the thing. I read it on my phone at work sometimes, but I think I told this story before. But I started to read Black Sad back in the day at work, and I was like, ooh, I can't do that. So I stopped. Within the
Yeah,
first
because
like 2 pages, I was like, oh, that's not gonna
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
not gonna
It's
work.
it's rated R, but the thing is, at the same time, you need to have the to appreciate the art. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
have a bigger. You gotta know the bigger picture.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't read on my phone a lot unless I have to.
Okay.
But that's it. That's all my stuff.
All right. So that's all the stuff that you have already checked out. So on top of that, are you planning on checking out more stuff in September? Not can't get
At some point, yeah.
can't let those go to
I
go this.
know.
So
You know
any
what?
idea?
I don't have ideas, so if you want to tell me what I should read, you let me know. And anyone in the chat or anyone watching later, leave a comment
Do
down
that.
below. Let me know what I need
Yeah,
to do.
because apparently Kristen can be swayed. I would
I
just have to
can be.
tell her.
Yeah. The problem is like I don't have these things planned out because I'm like, well, what new is coming out?
Is
Like
that
I'm looking forward to
true?
the avant-gardes, the full trade. I've read the first few issues, and then Hoopla didn't have all the issues on there. So I'm like, oh,
Oh.
and I loved them. So I'm looking forward to the trade that just came out in like comic shops. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it'll be on Hoopla. That's
Ooh,
one thing.
avant-garde, you said?
Avant Gardes, it's about a girl basketball team, and it's
Oh.
boom. And the colors and the art is great, and I really love the dynamic. And I hate sports, but I loved it.
Yeah. So Hoopla Boom series comes out in Hoopla 2 weeks time. So in next 2 weeks it will be there. All right. So things that I have read. First of all, it was made by that group. Okay. Mars Attack by Kyle Starks, which I loved. You didn't have a reaction to Kyle Starks?
I mean, it was so good. I've been waiting for you to read it.
Oh my god. Um,
It's so good, right?
it is just amazing. Okay, by the way, we have to have a timeout. Hayden McGee, he's asking, I'm gonna be that guy and ask, what is
Oh,
Hoopla? Which is our fault. We didn't preface the show
should
at this
have,
point.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should have.
Hoopla is a digital library service that not all libraries carry, but you can talk to your library. They may carry it just by you asking. I know that has happened. So you can inquire to your local library about that. But it's a digital service, so there's audiobooks, music, TV shows, movies, and comics and books. But we are just all about reading the comics on it. They have all of DC Image, those come out right when they come into comic shops, which is great. That's how we're primarily reading both of those publishers, I think I can
Mhm.
safely say. Boom, like we said, they're like 2 weeks out on Boom. They have tons of different publishers that they do, and you get a limited amount of checkouts every month from your library. That varies on libraries, but we are obsessed with it, so we like to talk
Right.
about it.
So in Maryland, that's the state that I'm from. You can be a member of every libraries, every county libraries, and just as long as you have a Maryland driver's license. So that's how I get 31 checkouts.
I still can't believe that. That's crazy.
And then Kristen just like looks at me every month. It's like, why?
It's crazy.
This month I actually told Kristen, I'm like, Kristen, do you want some of them? And she's like, girl,
I'm like, I can use mine.
I didn't even use mine. So yeah, so that's what Hoopla is. It's actually an app in your you can, but it's work through your library and it's free. That's the
Free with a
kicker.
library card. Yep.
With your library card. So yeah, if your library around you is supporting that, do check it out because and it refreshes every month. So if you're not using it, it's gone. So you may wanna. Albert Winter says something us UK folks don't
Oh,
get.
that sucks.
Oh,
Maybe
I'm so
there's a
sorry.
different equivalent over there. You should
Right,
inquire
that
about like some digital services over there.
right because in Canada, surprisingly, Hoopla exists
Hmm.
in
Maybe they'll
Toronto.
still roll it out then.
Yeah, so it's something that I know because it's relatively new, like 4 or 5 years, I want to
Yeah,
say.
that sounds
Yeah,
about
so
right. Yeah.
maybe they're gonna be expanding. So far, it's really good. So yes, that's what Hoopla is about. All right, so I read Mars Attacks by Carl Starks. Everyone should read it.
So good.
Then I read Ghost Fleet, the whole Gotham thing by Donny Cates, and Daniel Warren Johnson was in the art. I only got it because Daniel Warren Johnson was in the art. We had that episode of Martyr Falcon. You can go check it over here where Reed kind of went like hyped him so much. I'm like, I need to read everything by Daniel Warren Johnson. So I went ahead and did that. From that, Martyr Falcon and also Extremity, both of those I've read this month as well.
Wait, did you
And
like Ghost Fleet?
it was okay.
Okay.
It was
I
okay
think that's
because
what
he was
Reed
in the
said
art.
about it. Yeah,
It
he
was
was
on the
like,
art.
it's fine.
Yeah, he was on the art. And Donny Cates was in the right. The thing is, the end page was more interesting than all the stories I was reading all this time.
Hmm. Interesting.
So but yeah, so then I read Skywards.
Sorry, I spoiled that one for everyone.
I read,
Yeah.
that's fine. I also read Genderqueer by Maya Kobebi. Kobebi. Am I saying it right? So it's
I don't even know.
yeah, so it's their experience as as a gender binary person, and it's very heartfelt.
I
It
love
gets to
them.
you. Yeah, and Kristen read it first, and she kind of told me about it that you gotta read it, and I read it. It's very raw, very emotional, and it's a as it should be for an autobiography. So
Hmm.
it's like very
It's a good
um
education too for someone who just, I'm never gonna know what that life is like, and that's why I love nonfiction like that because I can learn about people's lives that I can never relate to, or I can in certain ways, maybe not exactly what they're going through, but yeah. So it was really
yeah. I mean,
interesting.
that's the thing. Like over here, I connect with them via the fact that they learn to read with Harry Potter, which that's how I learned to read English. So that was something little to connect about. But then yeah, then there's other things that's going on with the gender identity and stuff that maybe we are not. I am grateful that I don't have that many conflicts within me, but someone is going through that. It was very educational to learn about that. So I'm glad that I read that. And then I read Scared by Justin Jordan. I wasn't a fan. Kristen, it just felt like Wolverine in Image, and she's just going around and doing things. The main character didn't give me anything. There was a young person is narrating it, which was very much like Saga, but it just didn't go anywhere, and the ending was just kind of weird at throughout our point. I'm like, oh my god, get to it! Thank you. Um, Breaking Cat News, cat reporting stuff that matters to them. I borrowed it last time. I read it this time. So That was hilarious.
Did you
Oh
love
my
it?
god, I loved it
I
so
love
much.
it so much. It makes me so happy. It is, and the art is like perfect for it. You know, it's so good. It's so
And
funny.
these are literally three cats. They're just sitting there like, hey, back to you. Like, the cat, the three cats, like, what is happening? It was like, oh, the vacuum's out again. Like that. Just
Yeah.
they're just
Like
reporting.
report it. Yeah, it's so funny.
They're just reporting. I just loved it. Gasolina by Sean McHughes. Don't borrow it. That's all I can say about that. Don't. Nothing happens. It's okay. I don't know how it got an Eisner nomination. How did it got an Eisner nomination?
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer. Eclipse by Zach Kaplan. Once again, don't borrow it. Kristen, it has 2 on Goodreads.
Wow, that's saying something.
2.5,
That is saying
I think
something.
2.5 or something like that. It was really bad. It was really bad. And honestly, I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to read this. People don't know what they're talking about. No, people knew what they were talking about. Really bad. And I feel very bad saying that because this is his first comic, but it was bad.
Yeah, sucks.
Infinite Horizon by Jerry Dugan, who just talked about it when we had our image show. So I kind of went and read it. It was pretty good. Was not a fan of this art though. Because Phil Noto in other places are really exceptional, and the color I think makes and breaks it for him. But over here, it was a little bummer. And then I read Jared Way's Doom Patrol. Girl, I know you love Jared Way. Girl,
As a human.
as
I love him as a human.
so not as an artist, huh? Like as a human, is that what it is?
I mean, he's not an artist, is he?
I mean, as a creator, as a writer.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, as a My Chemical Romance writer.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, girl. So I posted on the Facebook group that that we're all part of. That that Spider-Man, where it's like the Peter Parker in the Spider-Verse. There was a Peter Parker, and then Miles Morales just standing there like this. It literally was like Grant Morrison writing Doom Patrol, and then Gerard Way just Miles Morales.
I mean,
it was just.
that's so known though. Like he's been obsessed with him for years.
That's
I'm
what
not surprised. I read half of that first trade and I didn't finish it. So
yeah, no.
I mean, I thought it was fine. I was just like, this is weird, but that's Doom Patrol, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, he's just repeating what Grant Morrison did. That's not like that's just. I'm like, there is something called giving tribute, and yeah, exactly. You're muted.
How about now?
Now you're not muted.
Okay.
All I heard that you guys, it was just going. I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it was. So I thought you were making that sound.
No, I never read Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, so I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, no. But I mean,
I met him on a street corner when I was a teenager.
What, Doom Patrol?
No, Gerard Way.
Oh, Gerard.
I don't care about Grant Morrison. I care about Gerard Way.
I don't know. Apparently, he was in their videos. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He looked very dashing in those videos. But anyway, that's different. But yeah, there was like you were hanging around in street corners, meeting up people.
I was in line for a show, and that was back when nobody cared about them, and they were opening for Green Day, and they just walked by, and there was a big line, and no one looked, and I was like to my friend, like, hold on, that was. So then we casually walked that way a little bit later, and he was at a street corner, and he's very kind. He took a picture with me.
Oh, okay. Well, you took a picture and give you a hug?
I don't know. I don't remember. His arm was around me.
Okay, because people have problem giving you hugs. We know that. That's on record.
Rude. There's just one person, okay?
We talked about it extensively.
Just one.
Extensively. It's okay. We're gonna find him and we're gonna get him to give you a hug later on. So yeah, those are the things that I read. And then I also went ahead and borrowed a bunch of young animal imprints, like Shade the Changing Woman, Lady, then someone with a cybernetic eye or something like that. Milk Wars, all of the Jared Way's young animal imprint. I kind of went and borrowed it early this morning because it was, and then Once and Future, which, keep an eye out. An episode of that is going to drop.
We did a show about it.
We did a show. Yeah, we're going to do a show about it. Naja, that's like apparently this is about a murdering lady. I love reading about lady murderers, so that's what it is. Cowl by Kyle Higgins. Kyle Higgins, right? Yes, Kyle Higgins. I borrowed those, and then Cloud by Jason Latour, which also have 2.5 in Goodreads, which is
I've
really
wondered
low
about
rating.
that. I think I'm going to read that too, just from the
Mhm.
covers. But yeah, I wonder why people are like not a fan of
We're
that.
gonna we may be able to kind of come up with an interesting show out of that
Yeah,
because
we should.
the first issue I was not into. This is
Sad.
me who like literally read the first arc to make a judgment.
Mm-hmm.
I made very good judgment. So yeah, this
Mm.
month I'm going to be reading like all the Young Animal Imprints one that's out there, Nightwing Rebirth, which all three deluxe version is there as well. So I'm
Mm.
planning on reading that. Flash Rebirth, I may start on that because I do have the first three Rebirth deluxe edition, and then whatever's on the trade out there, I may read that. And Young Animal imprints, I'm gonna finish up with that. And
Cool.
Paper Girls, the last trade, which I think is coming out end of September. So I'm maybe reading that. And Assassination Nation.
No, it's
I think,
Assassination.
oh, Assassination. Yes,
Yeah.
that makes more sense, by Kyle Stark. And we read the first issue of it and
Yeah,
we
I'll be
loved
reading
it.
that too. I forgot that trade was coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming this month or next month.
I
Do
think
you
it's
know?
this month. I think it's this month
Okay.
sometime.
If it's
Yeah.
this month, I'm gonna be reading it this month. If it's next month, then that month. So
Maybe we should
anyway,
do a
so
show
thank
on it.
yeah, we
Yeah.
might. So
Look out
there,
for that. It may happen.
we'll keep an eye out for that. We actually recorded a bunch of episodes that's going to be dropping throughout this month. So do keep an eye out for that. And as always, just look through our social media and stuff. Hoxpox goes live not goes live, but gets on air every Thursday night. And between Kristen and I, we have some plans on some upcoming shows that we are kind of hashing out. So, and you're going to find out all about it in our social medias and also by subscribing to this channel, just like you all knew that we are supposedly going live, which wasn't the plan.
Yeah, and
Guys,
you guys,
it's been
you can check us out later on Omnibus Collectors Network. We're going to do another live show on there
yes,
later.
I mean,
Join us
that's
then.
yeah, that's kind of we kind of have to do, but this is more like we didn't plan on it. But anyway, thank you so all for joining us, and we're gonna see you soon. So
Have a good
goodbye.
one, guys.
Have a good one. Bye.